All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I wanted to do a pose for pose analysis of Chris Bumstead and Ramon Dino. Now that we got the high quality video footage, 4K, Ultra HD out. And you know what? I said I thought C-Bum's conditioning was not as good as it was last year, and I stand by that. I still feel like he looked better last year. There was a more wow factor to his physique. I can tell that his glutes are not as shredded as they were last year. I can tell that his quads are not as shredded as they were last year. So this kind of shows me a little bit of weakness to C-Bum and what he can bring to the stage year to year. Right? Look at the glutes right there. They're not as dried out as they were last year. Right? It's close, but it's just not as crisp. And you can see now is the torn lat in that back double bicep. Now that we're made aware of it, we can see there's a little bit of unevenness in that back double bicep pose, right? And these shows are supposedly one from the back, and now he has a torn lat. You know, what does that mean? To me, that means he's vulnerable. To me, that means he can be beaten. The GOAT can be beaten. And if anyone's going to beat him, it's this guy, Ramon Dino. And I would not have been upset if he won this past weekend, because he came in shredded to the bone. He came in bigger, fuller, and harder than last year. He came more improved than C-Bum did. Now, leave a comment below if you disagree with that. If you don't think he was as improved, leave a comment below if you think he should have beat Chris Bumstead this past weekend. The back double bicep has caught up to C-Bum. The size has caught up to C-Bum. The only thing he's lacking is the width that C-Bum hits him on with that front lat spread and the front double bicep pose. You can see the clavicle on C-Bum is a little wider than Ramon. But I just feel like, you know what, Ramon has a really clean, fresh looking physique. You know, C-Bum is starting to look a little beat up. The biceps are torn. Now we got a torn lat, and we have less conditioning from C-Bum, the GOAT. That means he's vulnerable. Let's go pose for pose. Front double bicep. Now, C-Bum definitely wins this shot because he's just wider than Ramon. His lats flare out more than Ramon. His legs are slightly bigger than Ramon. So, pose for pose, he beats Ramon in the front double bicep. Plus, C-Bum's also hitting that vacuum during the front double bicep. Back double bicep, you can see now that lat. That's bugging me now. I can see the torn lat on the right side there. And to me, Ramon's back double bicep is fresh, is clean. There's nothing wrong with it. He's a little smaller in that back double bicep because his clavicle's a little narrow, so his lats don't flare out as much as Chris's. The glutes and hamstrings on a comparison basis, I see that C-Bum is beating him, but he's not as conditioned. I think Ramon has more conditioning in the glutes department. And that back double bicep and the muscularity looks a little bit more crisp as well. So it's very close. Ramon is almost beating C-Bum in the back double bicep now. That wasn't happening before. Side chest. Yeah, this goes to C-Bum. That's pretty clear there. But it's close. Ramon is caught up to C-Bum. If he can refine that, build up his chest, build up the arms a little bit more. The side conditioning on the side quad is better on C-Bum than it is Ramon. So Ramon knows what he needs to work on to take out the champ. I think he can do it next year. That's my prediction. If Chris competes again, I think Ramon can beat him. Ab and thigh, This is close. This is a toss up for me. Sebum is more dead on in this image than Ramon is. Ramon's kind of off to the side a little bit, so it's not really fair. They both hit it extremely well. Sebum's quads are a little bigger and more separated. You know what, Ramon, I don't know if he's at the top of his weight class, but I think he is. But, man, you know what? Sebum is the GOAT. It's hard to knock this guy out. But I see like he's kind of like on a downward trend on his physique. And the wear and tear is weighing on him. And it sounds like he's going to compete again next year. And he's going to be very vulnerable. Leave a comment below. Do you think Sebum will be able to defend his title and take home number 6? Or do you think Ramon Dino is gunning for him, is going to knock out the champ? Leave a comment below, man. I appreciate you guys. Love you. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.